share. Hello, good afternoon. Look at this.
Hello.
Forever smiling, very sporting, I would say very enthusiastic lady. You see, it's our YB, Amira, Aisya, up to Aziz. And she has a Chinese Facebook also called Auntie. So it's a very friendly. Long before today, I have a meet up with YB. So as a few occasions, I met her in Adakai. Then we have some exercise together. So I mean, it's time that I really have a proper meet up with her. She has a very busy schedule. I would say that, yeah. So it's so wonderful to know this lady, you know, being so young and have the, you know, the enthusiasm, okay, in politics and want to be involved. And she likes to do. I see her Facebook. She do a lot of. She go out to the community lah. This is something that we want for the community, yeah. Okay, so I see her have been moving around, you know, our YB, moving around. Sometimes I do wonder, hey, you see, the other day I saw that some the kebakaran somewhere, then middle of the night or whatever. You sometimes have to wake up and she's everywhere. So sometimes we just want to know, YB. Where your energy come from, Wow, you're so active, and then you're able to sustain your energy. Yeah, just as a politician, we think that it's not easy. But okay, we give the time to YB Amira and let her talk something about herself and carry on as what you want to say to our viewer here. Yeah.
Can. Hello, I think that's Miss 𝗕𝗏𝗵'𝘀. I think that's my teacher.
Oh, 𝗕𝗏𝗵'𝘀. Oh, she's from BCSG. Yeah, my friend.
Hello, Miss 𝗕𝗏𝗵'𝘀.
Yeah.
Wow, I was very scared of her when I was in school.
But she's such a nice lady, line dancer. Yeah.
Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much to Auntie 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗁 for this session, and I really enjoy Auntie's enthusiasm as well. I mean, I'm still young, but you know, Auntie, she's always out there and doing things for the community. I think it's very inspiring. Auntie's question just now, where does my energy come from? Well, for me, I don't come from a political background family. My mother is a teacher. My late father was also a teacher. So actually, politics is something that is quite foreign to me. My work in politics is very recent. Before this, I wasn't joining politics at all. I was actually in the Ministry of Education. I was serving in the Ministry of Education before I joined politics after Langkah Sheraton. But to me, the reason, every time I want to do something, I always believe that every time you want to do something, you must start with the right intention. So if you start with the right intention, then everything will be made much easier for you. So when I wanted to join politics, I remembered, because at that point of time, for me to choose whether or not I want to quit my work, because you know I had a stable job, and then joining politics is always not stable. But then I decided, because I said I want to do something for the community, and at that point of time I was very passionate about education. So for me, every time when I'm in politics, whenever things are difficult, if I face any challenges, or when I get very tired, I always think back, why do you start in the first place? Because I think every time when you start something, if you have the right intention, then you will always think back. So I start because I want to serve the people. I start because I want to bring the people's voices up there. I start because I want to champion for education. I start because I believe that Malaysia deserves, that every Malaysian deserves to live dignifiedly in Malaysia, regardless of your race, regardless of your religion, regardless of your background. I really do believe in that. So every time, even if you say, you know, like 2-3 a.m., sometimes people call you out and you need to get out and go out and work, you know. And I feel that whenever things like that happen, it doesn't matter whether I'm tired or whether I'm sleeping. At the end of the day, people gave me the mandate to do this work. Right? I'm here because the people chose me to be their adun, and for me, that is a huge responsibility for me to carry, and I want to carry it well. And so for me, my biggest energy comes from the people of Puteri Wangsa itself. I believe that, you know, the people of Puteri Wangsa are the ones who gave me the chance to serve as an adun. You know, I'm only 37 years old, but they gave me the trust to be their adun, and I have to carry that well. So every time I go out and I see the people of Puteri Wangsa, I always feel that, well, these are the people who I need to really carry their voices, and I need to work for them and work well. So my energy comes from the people.
Very well said about this YB. You see, she actually, as she said, you join politics ever since after the Sheraton business kind too. So you are the co-founder of MUDA. That means that time we started with side study also, right? Yeah. So that means it's so wonderful, no? Ever since that period, then you boom, that means your energy continues since then until now. So it's very nice to hear about this, that she has a passion for us, the people, and then we are fortunate, like let's say we are from the 𝗕𝗏𝗵 residence here. We are happy to have our YB who is our so willingly that she wants to do for our community. Yeah. So as you say, now you are in Puteri Wangsa. It's quite a big area as well. Because Puteri Wangsa, a lot of Malay, Chinese, so it's a mixed community, what we call it. So what is the passion? Another question for her. What is the passion and enthusiasm you want to do for 𝗕𝗏𝗵 residents? See, everybody look up to her. Oh, when MUDA, she got the acetone that time, everybody is happy. So in return, okay, what enthusiasm and what passion can you do for the 𝗕𝗏𝗵?
Yeah. Well, whenever I go around in 𝗕𝗏𝗵, especially in Puteri Wangsa, and I speak to the people, there are several problems that I feel that it's something that everyone is experiencing, especially in Puteri Wangsa. Problems like, for example, the flood issue. Problems like our road punya, the maintenance of our infrastructure. Problems that many people would think that it's just a small problem, but for many years it has not been solved. So even recently I went down to just yesterday I went down to Taman Istimewa, for example, and Taman Istimewa for more than 30 years it has been bogged down by flood issue. The other day I was in 𝗕𝗏𝗃 and 𝗕𝗏𝗃.
Never saw one thing. Okay.
𝗕𝗏𝗃 and 𝗕𝗏𝗃, the flood, even once it was even the whole first floor of their houses were all flooded. And then even like if you go to Ada Heights, you go to like Austin area, the banjir kilat is always there. Whenever it's raining teruk sikit je, it's banjir kilat. So these are all goes back to the issue of maintenance of our drain, maintenance of our river, and all these things are something that I'm very passionate about, because to me this is something that you got to do with the quality of life of the people. Because these people, when their houses are affected by flood, they complain to me, they said, YB, in December, everybody else go out and went on holiday, but for us, we cannot go holiday. Because we're very scared. What if it's raining and then we're not at home? So they said that it has been like decades since they last go on holiday in December with their children. So I think that's really terrible. These are the people who bought their houses and they want to enjoy a simple but meaningful quality life with their family. So to me, that is something I'm very passionate about. So this, we are currently doing the Sidang Dewan Undangan Negeri Johor right now, the dawn sitting. So I'm going to speak a lot about the banjir issue as well, because at the end of the day, it's all about penyelenggaraan longkang, the maintenance of our drains, the maintenance of our sewage system, and the maintenance of our rivers. And all these things require a huge budget, it's true, but it's better for you to fork out a lot of budget to maintain, rather than after that, these people have to suffer, and then the country lost even much more.
Ages already.
Like last year, the country lost 6.5 billion ringgit because of the flood. So that's even a bigger budget than you having to maintain these places year by year. So this is one thing that I'm passionate about. Second thing, as Auntie rightfully pointed out just now, I think the beauty of Puteri Wangsa and 𝗕𝗏𝗵 is it is truly the reflection of Malaysia. That you have, in the Malays, Chinese, Indians, that we are a very diverse place. So even when, for example, every morning I go to park, either I go to Ada Heights Park or Siti Indah Park or Pelangi Indah Park, and whenever I go to all these parks, you see all the Chinese, Indian, Malays, they do like Zumba, Tai Chi together. It doesn't matter like what race you are. Even when I go to Kopitiam, right? Even though I go to Kopitiam and I'm a Malay, wearing tudung there, but nobody ever said like, Malay shouldn't stay here. So to me, that is the beauty of Puteri Wangsa that I really want to showcase to the people. Because I want people in Semenanjung to understand that if you want Malaysia to be a harmonious place to live in, number one, you must be able to accept the different cultures and the different religions in Malaysia, and you must celebrate it. Not just accept it, but you celebrate the differences. So I feel that the second thing I really want to do is to ensure that the young ones understand this. That the young ones understand that our differences are something that we must celebrate and not something that we must start hating on each other just because we are different. So I'm looking at what kind of programs I can do so that the young ones understand that this is this is how the culture of the Chinese people, the culture of the Indian people, the culture of the Malay people, and together we can celebrate it. So I think that is very, very important to me as well. Number 3 is largely on education. So education is more large based, is more not just in Puteri Wangsa, but to me that is the reason why I started in politics in the first place. So I want to ensure that we have a very high quality education in the country, because we are very near Singapore, but our education system in Singapore is so different. We are 3 years left behind in comparison
more
to
than that, right?
if we look at our students, what they learn in 12 years, the Singaporean students learn in only 9 years. So it is far different. So we need to change that. So I hope that the new minister, I know her very well as well, YB Fadlina Siddiq, I hope that she'll be able to bring these new changes to the education landscape. Yeah.
Yes, very nice. Yeah, continue of what you want to say. Is so nice to hear that this young YB, she has a dream and we want it to be practiced up. Yeah, I mean it's good to have dream. Everybody must have a dream, right?
Yes.
So when the dream becomes realistic is the time that we celebrate. Actually, YB, when you talk about the unity, remember my time, we don't have any problem with all the races. I'm looking forward to Hari Raya. It's always like that. It's always what I like to mention. It's during Hari Raya that I can start visiting my friend, and they will start drawing the map how you can come to my kampong, how many lamp posts you have to walk past. This kind of thing that this during my time that we have. So when they're looking forward to Hari Raya and then 𝗔𝗶𝗵𝗁, all these are, but now it has been lesser. So it's good that we all have to realize that we have to go back to the time when Auntie used to have. I think that was the most wonderful time that I have. So something must have gone wrong somewhere.
We must fix it.
Yeah. So it's so wonderful. Sometimes I want to have more what you call that, conversation or whatever with different races. I feel that it's so nice, sometimes. So it's sometimes we don't care about what atas politician about. But between us, they're actually nice people. Nice people, I would say that. Okay. Yeah. So nice of YB that she has many plans for our 𝗕𝗏𝗏 residents. Okay. So, 𝗕𝗏𝗏 resident, that is on a small part, but overall there are so many things. You see, let's say, what is your view on our new Prime Minister? Okay. Talking about the stability of the food prices because the cost of living is too high. So what is your view over this matter?
Yeah. Well, I think number one, I very much appreciate that the first order of business of our new Prime Minister was that even on Sunday he called on all the experts to go to the meeting to discuss about the cost of living. I think that's a proactive effort from his part. So to me, I've brought this to the Dewan Undangan Negeri Johor before this as well. And I brought this many times in many interviews and on my social media as well. I think most importantly is we need to take care of our food security. Now, what does it mean by food security is because in our country, mostly we import stuff. So even though actually we are a country that is very rich with natural resources, for example, we have our own paddy field, like in Johor, our pineapples, we have our palm trees. So all these things are something that we are very rich. We have, our farmers, we have ayam, ada lembu, ada kambing, ada.
Semua kita ada.
But the issue is that these things are the whole cycle. So when you talk about the food security, you have to look at the whole cycle. But if, for example, even just because you have your own chicken, you have your own lembu, for example, but their makanan, their dedak, you have to import. That's expensive. In the same way that if kita ada paddy field, but this paddy field, the racun, the baja, all we have to import. And these are expensive. And the reason why these all food costs rise up is because harga racun naik, harga dedak naik, harga baja naik, because all these are imported, right? And when the global market is affected, then racun kita mahal,
But
baja mahal.
can we say because of the currency has gone down, and this is also one of the factors. And why the currency gone down is also a factor of our country. So this thing, I think it's the cause or effect.
Yeah,
right?
everything is correlated. But actually, we are more than able to produce our own fertilizers. We are more than able to produce our own racun. We are more than able to produce our own dedak. It's just a matter of political will to do that. Because we do have the resources. We have it. That's number one. Number two is, of course, like Auntie mentioned, our ringgit. But the value of ringgit now is doing a bit better after the new Prime Minister is sworn in.
We really hope so.
Yeah, because you need investments to come in so that your ringgit will become stronger. And investments will only come in when they look, you have a political stability. So I really, really hope that there is a political stability for the next 5 years.
Okay. You're talking about the next 5 years. Come to the new cabinet, right? So we just got to know about the new cabinet, the line out, and the coalition and all these things. Some happy, some not happy, of course. Okay. A little bit of disappointment from Auntie boleh. But anyway, so what is your view on the new cabinet lineup? Yeah.
Well, I think this government is a very unique government. I think after Langkah Sheraton, we've seen a lot of unique government where you have a unity government. And even when Muhyiddin, it was a mix between Perikatan Nasional and Barisan Nasional. And then after that, Ismail Sabri also Perikatan Nasional and Barisan Nasional. So now it's Pakatan Harapan and Barisan Nasional. It's something you've never thought will ever happen, but it has happened. But the unity government is there. And most importantly right now is that to ensure that there is stability, because like I mentioned just now, at the end of the day, politics is politics, but the livelihood of the people is the most important. And the livelihood of the people very much dependent on political stability, because only then we can control our ringgit prices, for example. So for me, of course, in a unity government, you cannot make everyone happy. There will be things that there will be good things, but
how do you feel?
there will be good things. There will also be bad things. And I'm also a Malaysian. Of course, I'm not 100% happy about it. But what is most important is so that everyone, regardless whether or not you get a ministership position or not, whether or not you are part of the cabinet, most importantly is to continuously bring the voices of the people. So just recently, someone asked me what's my opinion because my president is not in cabinet. So of course, as a MUDA member, of course I would have loved to see him as a minister. But I know Syed Saddiq, and I'm 100% sure whether he's a minister or he's not a minister, he will still be very outspoken. He will still bring the people's voices, and he will fight good policies for the people, especially in Parliament. Maybe the fact that he's not a minister can give him more opportunities to speak up for the people. And there are many other things. Even if you're not a minister, being part of Parliament also is something that is very, very huge duty for you to carry. I think everyone must carry it well.
Yeah. So this is what our feeling about this. Yeah, just like you're talking about, like the president of MUDA. So, even though he's not in a minister, but he said when he is willing to help, So this is what the upper people now we call it upper. So your upper hand, you are at the government level that you are able to help. So in this point, what is your thoughts? What is your thoughts about? Now it's a new government now, or this thing. What can we do now? We do for the country on the other way, because we want something from the government, but at the first, also what can we do for the Malaysia, our country?
Well, I always believe that to build a better country, it is not the duty of one person. It is not the duty of one party. In fact, it is not the duty of just a cabinet. It is the duty of every single Malaysian, every single person in the country. That I believe very, very wholeheartedly. So what can the rakyat do for the country? Number one is if you think, or if you see any of the ministers, any of the politicians doing something wrong, regardless whatever party, rakyat has to speak up. Rakyat is the best check and balance for politicians. I always believe in that. That is why for me, even when I'm criticized, I'll take it. because to me, these criticisms are what makes me a better person, what can improve myself. So even if, for example, you are a supporter of Parti MUDA, but if you see a MUDA politician doing something wrong, don't keep quiet about it. You must speak up, because these people have to be, they have to be checked and to be balanced by the people itself. That's number one. Number two, the people can give their opinions and their ideas to their elected representatives. Also, of course, this means that the elected representatives have to go down and meet your people lah. If you don't go down and meet your people, then how can your people give you their ideas? So it's important for that. Number three, even in your very own community, you have a duty to fulfill. For example, if you are in a residents association, right, you can always take care of your community first. Of course, you have local councils, you have all these people to, take care of the kawasan, for example, macam the parks, whenever you see rumput panjang, whenever you see sampah, whenever you see like the drains are clogged, of course the local councils have the duty to carry that through. But from the people itself, if you see that and you feel that actually I have, I can contribute something. For me, that's why when I was in Taman Pelangi Indah, when the rumput was very tall and then the sampah was everywhere, we reported to the local council, but it took local council quite some time for them to react. So I immediately called for gotong royong from the people, and the people was very supportive. Then they gotong royong and they happily take care of their own community first, because I feel that when you do that, then only we can together take care of our country. Whenever you see any wrong, it doesn't matter whether it is your neighborhood, whether it is your elected representatives or the politicians out there, you speak up against it. Everyone has a role to play in the country.
Yeah, but then sometimes I hope like just say, we speak up, but will our voice be heard? Sometimes no. Yeah. It's too far to reach something like that.
But actually, in the era of social media, it's much easier to reach now. I remember, for example, simply put, for example, the Undi 18 issue. The Undi 18 issue, initially it was passed in Parliament, but then the new government does not want to gazette it. The Muhyiddin Yassin government, they refused to gazette Undi 18. And then the young people were, they were very mad about it. They actually spoke on social media. They were angry at the government. And then some of them even go down on the road to protest. That includes me. I went down and protest as well. Of course, we got questioned by the police and all that, but the government is pressured to do it because the people have spoke up. So there is power in the voice of the people. We must always believe in that.
The unity over this matter, we have to see. Yeah, unity again. Thank you, YB, for pointing out like we have to what we can do as rakyat now. We start from small, the community. Gotong royong is from the small community. So sikit-sikit jadi this is something like that we do, and then we can go to bigger things that we can do. Yeah, so this is something to do with unity. So unity in this way is so important. So what are your views? On the, let's say, a unity government? Okay, now it's a government. We really need unity so much. So what is your view over the unity of government?
Yeah. Well, as I've mentioned before, of course, we can never be 100% happy with the unity government or any government for that matter. But I think it's still too early for us to tell whether or not this unity government is going to be better or not better than the last. Right? So it's still too early. But what I do hope is that everyone can find a meeting point. That meeting point must be the people's interest. You cannot any longer think about what is my party's interest, what is my interest.
Power.
Yeah, if you keep on thinking about power, you keep on thinking about your party's interest, about your own interest, then forever you will see things like Langkah Sheraton happening again. You cannot have that, right? So I hope, and I understand why the current cabinet, many people are not happy about it. But if it means it keeps the stability for the next 5 years, and then this stability will help the people, then it is something that we must all uphold. And most importantly, for every single person in the cabinet to work their hardest. That's very important. The people are watching you. Auntie Boleh is watching you.
Yeah. Actually, we are very tired, If this thing going to, happening 1 year, 2 years like that, actually we are tired as well, But we want to have a unity government now. We just want to have a stabilized, price for cost of living, all this if we can control. We are just, just let our life go on. Like what you say, what you can do, government, the flood issue and all this can settle and everybody got a stable job. I mean, actually this is what life is about, something like that.
And if I can also add on, I would like to call upon all my fellow politicians out there. We all have a duty to not fan racial sentiments. I think that's very, very important.
Very important, yes.
Yeah. So, regardless of how disappointed you are with your own election result, for example, never fan racial sentiments. Actually, the people, when you put it on the ground, the people are okay with each other.
Okay,
The Malays, Chinese, Indians, all can accept each other. But the moment where the racial sentiments are fanned by politicians, that's when they became wary of their neighbours. But when they shouldn't, like Auntie 𝗕𝗲𝗵 mentioned before this, that before this, everyone is happy with each other. So that is our strength. That is Malaysia's strength. Don't turn that strength into weakness.
For me, what my favorite food is the Malay food. Until now, my favorite food is Malay food. I still love Malay food. Yeah, I'm going to go for Malay now. Auntie 𝗕𝗲𝗵 going to do Facebook Live on Malay food.
Wow.
To meet more Malay people, actually we are all friends, and they are so happy. Oh, they say, bawa I brought so many of my Chinese friends to the Malay restaurant. Everybody is happy because Malay food is nice. I like the lontong and all these things. All these things, soto and all these things. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, today I'm so happy that I have YB to be with me, and even though the time is so short, but we at least to able to at least to express us in the thoughts, and we want to actually let everybody some know more about YB Amira, because now importantly she is our adon in Puteri Wangsa, and some people, my friend did mention, he said very difficult to reach you. So how would you say that when people want to reach you? Where is the office and all this? Some they are not very sure about this. Where to reach you?
Well, my office is actually in 𝗕𝗶𝗁𝗵𝘀. It's number 20 at Jalan 𝗕𝗶𝗁𝗵𝘀 20/6. So it's just nearby. But at the same time also, all my social media, if you follow my social media, you can just drop a comment or drop a private message. I will definitely attend to the messages. At the same time, every other day I will do counter bergerak, because I understand that for some people might be the 𝗕𝗶𝗁𝗵𝘀 might be a bit far for me to reach, so I will do counter bergerak to move from one kawasan
You
to
are the
another.
see, sometimes you do have a timetable of your time schedule where you are moving to every day, kan?
So whenever I have a counter bergerak, I will post on my social media where will that counter bergerak be. So if you follow my social media, then you can keep track on where it will be lah. But at the same time, if I can take this opportunity, I'm also with the team, we're planning to do town hall by town hall. So that town hall we're going to do like, maybe small first, we do like, town hall for Austin people, town hall for Taman Daya people, town hall for Puteri Wangsa people. So then that also allows me to reach to the people. I also want to speak to as many Puteri Wangsa as possible, so I'm trying to figure out ways that I can reach out to the people.
Thank you, wonderful. Wonderful to have YB that she has a planning, and she is willing, she already mentioned everybody here, she is willing to go to us, come to us. So, and she already started by welcoming us. So it's time that we can go to her. Okay. Yeah, so and again, so it's time. I really enjoy my meetup with YB, and this is 132 times on 132nd time. So I'm very happy that I can continue Auntie 𝗕𝗲𝗵. So please continue to like and share Auntie 𝗕𝗲𝗵's page. Also YouTube also same. So it's time to say bye bye, and we hope to have another meetup soon on a different occasion. Okay, meeting about our residents of our Puteri Wangsa areas. Okay,
thank you.
So
thank you very much.
So it's time to say bye bye. So Auntie 𝗕𝗲𝗵 loves to share. You help me to share, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Love. Thank you. Bye bye. Yeah.